Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to Geneva. Really excited about this one. It was kind of a spur of the moment flight, but I thought, what the hell? We're here in Geneva, absolutely beautiful. We're going to be taking a flight into the mountains, ticking that box because, as everyone knows, I love flying in the mountains. And we are taking the beautiful little Comanche. I love this aeroplane. It is so alive. It is so realistic. It really does feel like an aircraft that you actually own. And we're going to be taking it up to Courchevel, taking some skiers up there. I'm just doing it for the flying and maybe a bit of après ski once we get there. I don't know. But it's a lovely aeroplane. It really is. And I hope you enjoy this flight. It should be interesting. We're going to be using ATC to make it a little bit more realistic and a bit more challenging for myself. But hey, we're going to have some fun. Anyway, hop on board. Let's get flying. Okay, so you know the drill. This is the A2A Comanche, so it's really important that we do a proper walk around, which is what we're going to do now. So just remove the magic twang. Just pop this up, and there we go. Get that where I want it to be. Interesting what it's saying about the winds here. These certainly don't correspond to the winds that I am seeing in SimBrief. That's interesting. So this is saying where I am now, it's 30 knots from 039, and the wind certainly the wind showing on Navigraph charts right now is what have we got? Let's just check that. Something is not right. Okay. Okay. No, it's saying 90 knots from 040, gusting to 33 knots. So it's obviously in the gusting kind of speeds rather than the other speeds. Okay, we'll take that. Part of me is thinking this may be a tad windy, but hey, let's give it a try. Okay, be interesting to see what the ATIS says as well. Let's pop that down there, and then we'll jump outside. Oh, while I remember, let's lower the flaps, and yep, jump outside. First thing I'm going to do is run around here. Actually, no, I've got a better idea, because of course we can't do it in this version now. Kind of talking to myself at this point. Let's check that. That's all good. That's good. Coming around here, let's have a look in the tip tank. I don't think we've got much in there. No. There we go. Close that. Light's looking good. Let's go underneath. And we will just use the fuel strainer just to have a look. That's all good. And while I am around here, let's go back in and let's just check something. Yeah, I didn't think so. Let's turn those on. We'll need those. I'm just going to quickly, actually, let's just check. Yeah, plenty of fuel, but I just wanted to see what we've got in the tanks there. Okay, let's jump outside again. Come back round here. Check the condition of the landing light. That's all good. And close that. Have a look in here. So we have to lean over a little bit. Yeah, that's all good. Happy with that. Back underneath, remove the chock, tyre condition is good, and there's nothing else in the way. Our tie down isn't there. Round here, tyres in good condition. Check the prop. Prop's looking nice. No squirrels hiding in our intakes. Damn those squirrels. Let's have a look at the oil. Okay, that's alright, happy with that. Oil is still looking quite clean. Come back round here. And remember, we don't need the gun sight. I need to check that. That will stay up otherwise. Right, got a feel for the... where are we? Helps if you have the old... hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. No. For a moment then I was getting aircraft confusion. Where is that click spot for the... check the sump. Okay, let's turn on the... I hate these things. We'll turn on that. There we go. Come on. Okay, that's all good. And close that. Stand back up again, lad. And let's have a look around here. We came to this point. We need to close the gun sight. I have left that open before. Okay, over onto this wang. Let's have a look at our fuel. Lean in. We can just see that. That's excellent. Duck down here. Remove that. Yep. That's all good. Happy with that. Let's check the fuel in the tip tank. Again, not much in there. There we go. We are not taking a huge amount. By the way, while I'm just doing this, we have a Discord. So the link to that is down below. If you're on Discord and you want to come along and say hello, feel free to join. Great bunch of people there. Fellow propeller and rotor heads. Nice bunch. That's all good. And the flappage is nice and firm. We always like that. Okay, static port is clear. Round to the tail. That's all good. Tail is fine. And round hill. We'll just check that that's secure. It is. Okay, that really completes the outside check. But what I am going to do, because I haven't been in here for a while, I'm going to just pop in. Let's just check the lights, just to be sure. Turn all the lights on. You do have to, like I said, this is Accu-Sim, and things can and will go wrong. So it's always worth checking. You cannot take anything for granted. Okay, that's on. That's on. Let's have a quick look down here. Yeah, our strobe underneath is running. Landing lights on. Port nav is on. Going around to the back, we've got our rotating beacon on the top is on. And these are actually on. I can tell they're on because they're kind of milky opaque. They don't shine in daylight, but you can see they're milky opaque. If they were off, then they'd be clear. Before someone says, "Oh, you checked that and it wasn't actually on, you silly person." Okay, so we can hop back in now. And let's turn that off. Now, just noticed a couple of interesting things. Well, one interesting thing. The mags were set to both. Interesting. Wonder what that was about. This is persistent, so I wonder if I've been messing about with things and I've left the mags on. This is why you have to do your checks, and you cannot take anything for granted in this, that's for sure. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be using ATC. Interesting, we have got some winds going on. So let me just lock that off a second. So I am very interested to see how she flies and also what ATC does. I think strictly speaking, even though my Navigraph, sorry about that, I just was moving some things around and just knocked something down. Even though Navigraph is showing greens, and everything seems to be tickety-boo. Looking at it, actually, we've got a 2-knot cross for takeoff. We're runway 04. We've got a 2-knot crosswind with a 21-knot headwind. So we should leap into the sky. Is that awful saying? I don't know why. I think it's because it's used so much, but people talk about she leapt into the sky or she climbed like a homesick angel. It's one of those kind of aviation kind of tropes. That's probably the wrong word. But yeah, it gets used a lot. But there you go. Okay, right. So let's get the checklist out. So I'm going to start her up, and then we will call ATC and do all that sort of thing. That wind is fascinating. Fascinating, is that the word? Pre-flight complete. Passengers brief. So we need to get our passengers on board. So fuel is fine. Going to leave it where it is. We've got a couple of skiers in the back. Morning, skiers. I don't know what it is about passengers these days, but they seem to treat the flight crew like we're just nothing. There you go. So we've loaded those on. That's all good. Let's go back to checklists. Seatbelt secure. Control locks removed. Yeah, we've got rid of the twangy tape. And parking brake is set. Let's just quickly check that. There we go. Check my physical control. Gear switch is down, and checking my physical control, and it's down here. Flaps we can now put up. Nice mechanical flap there. We don't have to worry about waiting for hydraulics or electrics to move it. Radios are all off. Yep. Where do we get to? Radios are off. Autopilot master is off. And avionics master is off. All electrical switches are off. Yes, they are. And circuit breakers are in. We need to check those. Just going to get rid of you for a moment. Going to get rid of you for a moment. And yeah, they're all in. We need to check that because that can go wrong. And rotating beacon we can now switch on. And that is before engine start checklist complete. Engine start. Fuel selected desired tank. Putting them on both. Mixture is rich. Wrong lever. There we go. Mixture is rich. Throttle cracked. Prop fully forward. There we go. Carb heat is off. Fuel pump is... Oh, this... Let me just remember how to... I want to disconnect that. There we go. Now we can see what's going on. Fuel pump. There we go. On. Oh, hang on a minute. Did I miss battery? Master switch. I did. That was before. Of course, we need it because we need to be able to see our fuel pressure rise. Checking the tanks. They're all good, and we can hear the rotating beacon. Fuel pressure is coming up nicely, so we can now have the fuel pump off. We now give her 4 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yell out the window and my neighbours must wonder what the hell goes on every weekend. Clear prop. And now we do the magic. So every start is different in the Comanche. You know that. Let's see what this one's like. There we go. Slightly rough. Let's have a quick look at the engine. I wonder if I've got a little bit of... Yeah, so that tiny dot there means that we've got foul plugs. So I'm just going to open it up a little bit. Of course, doing that with a cold engine is probably a bit silly thinking about it. So I'm just going to bring it back again. And I'm actually going to lean us out. And then we'll clear that in a little bit. Right, okay, so engine started. We have got oil pressure. Oil temperature will be coming up. That's all good. Let's just quickly There we go. You see pitot heat. If we watch the amps here, if I turn it on, we can see that moved a little bit, so that means the pitot heat's working, so I'm going to leave that on. Leave those on, that's good. Let's put nav lights on now, and let's of course have avionics on, and we're good to go. Let's bring the RPM back a bit. Let's calm everything down. Get the checklist open again. Not you, wrong click spot. Flight info, that's all good. We've done that. So the next one is going to be taxi, but we don't need to worry about that. Okay, that's fine. Right, let's get the radio on. Fantastic. Come here. There we go.
TAS system test OK.
Okay, so I'm just going to lock that off a second so that you can see, and I'm now going to, let's just, while I remember, go into fuel and payload, update digital engine monitor, so that's all set. Excelente. So flight plan, let's bring the flight plan in. And what are we? LSGG, LFLJ, LSGG, LSGG. Need to clear out my folder at some point. LSGG, LFLJ. Let's just crack. Yeah. Load. Fantastic. We'll activate that, and we do have a procedure. Our procedure is a CBY2 Papa departure. Interested to see how ATC pronounces that. CBY2 Papa. And just double checking, runway 04, transition CBY. Yeah, okay, cool. So we'll load that up. So that's all good to go. Happy with that. Now let's get our frequencies. So I need to load up Beyond ATC. Bear with, you might hear some things. Oh, okay, Beyond ATC has failed, so let's try that again. It's always interesting when things go wrong. Got an error message on Beyond ATC when I tried to connect, so let's try that again. Oh, that was the interesting. When I started Beyond ATC, you'd see it had an effect on the aircraft. That's odd. Okay, let's try. There we go. That's connected.
Beyond
this time.
ATC connected.
So we'll just wait for that to come through. This Geneva airport, by the way, is freeware from Methone on flightsim.to. I'll put a link to it down below. Okay, so we're connected to Sim. That's all good. Let's have a look. That's fine. Let's go for 135580. There we go. Transfer.
070. Temporary flight restrictions are in effect for Geneva. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Oscar. Geneva Airport Information Oscar 1012 Zulu, wind 040 at 21, visibility 10 miles or more, no clouds detected, temperature 07, dew point -01, QNH 1025, landing and departing runway 04 days, transition level 070. Temporary flight restrictions are in effect for Geneva. Advise on initial contact.
Okay, that's the that's that sorted out. Interesting. I'm thinking those winds, my lord. I wonder how many people have commented about how silly it is to fly in winds like that. I don't know. It does seem rather gusty for a little aeroplane, but hey, it's a simulator, so why the hell not? Right, so what did we get from that? QNH is 1025, so let's whack that in. There we go. That's all good. Okay, and that's fine. Transition was flight level 070. Runway 04 checks with our flight plan, so that's good to know. And everything else is absolutely super duper paratrooper. Right, let's go to clearance. 121. Got to remember which aircraft I'm in as well. Liable to say the wrong call sign. Handy that we have that there just to remind me. Geneva clearance, Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet with information Oscar, request IFR clearance.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, Geneva delivery. Thanks for Oscar. Expect runway 04, Camber 2, Papa departure. Squawk 1000.
Expect runway 04, Chambery 2 Papa departure, squawk 1000, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Oh, it's funny having not done this for a few weeks.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, read back correct. Contact ground 121.855 when ready for start or taxi.
Contact ground 121.855 when ready for start or taxi, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Hope I haven't confused it by doing that.
Easy 8510, ready to copy IFR clearance to Gatwick.
Okay, so let's get you
Easy
in.
8510, Geneva delivery. Expect runway 04A, Sea Road 1 November departure. Dijon Longvic transition.
I love the
Squawk
accent.
3143.
Okay, let's just turn that down.
Sea Rod 1 November departure, Dijon Longvic transition, Squawk Tree 143, Easy 8510.
Okay,
Easy 8510. Read back correct.
let's just do a few.
Contact ground 121.855 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Let's do a few quick checks.
We'll contact ground 121.855 when ready for pushback or engine start. Easy
I have QNH
8510.
in.
Bye bye. Thanks.
I have QNH in, I'm squawking, and everything else is all set up. Let's have a quick look at our engine. Interested to see if we've cleared a little bit. It sounds like it's running a bit smoother. No, we've still got that one tiny dot there, so I'm not overly worried about that. But that's why it was a little bit, that's why every cylinder, every spark plug on this aircraft is a proper simulation. You've got to love it. It will kick you in the you-know-whats if you're not careful. Okay, so I'm quickly looking around. I'm happy with everything that is set up. I do need to be very careful though of the HSI, because again that will bite you in the bum. There's no nice handy slave here, so we have to set that. So let's do that. Just get that set up with the whiskey compass.
Swiss for Echo Charlie, request IFR clearance to Heathrow Airport.
Swiss 4 Echo Charlie, Geneva delivery. Expect runway 04, Sea Road 1 November departure with the Au Bureau transition. Squawk 4263.
Sea Road 1 November departure with the Oboro transition, Squawk for 263, Swiss for Echo Charlie.
Swiss 4 Echo Charlie, read back correct. Contact ground 121.855
Okay.
when ready for push or start.
I think we're good to
Ground
go.
121.855 when ready for pushback or engine start, Swiss for Echo Charlie.
Right, let's go to ground now. So what was it? 121.855. Geneva ground, Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet with you, ready for taxi to active.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, runway 0 for taxi via 04.
Runway 04 taxi via taxiway 04 Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet. No, that's not what he said. He's actually... Is he telling me to taxi via runway 04? I'm going to check the route on little nav map. Not little nav map. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. I'm literally 04 is just kind of there, so there is a taxiway here, but we are, you know, we're just doing that little segment there. So I was kind of expecting this taxiway and then to hold short there, but okay. Right. Let's close the hatch. Hatcheth closeth, and let's just get in a better position. Parking brake off. Check brakes. Brakes are working. Also interested actually to fly here in Switzerland, because the last time I flew here, the FPS were really strange. I mean, it was really pretty awful, and I googled it, and a lot of people were reporting FPS issues in Switzerland. So we're flying from Switzerland to France.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, contact Geneva Tower 118.7. Have a good day.
Tower on 118.7 Golf X-Ray Juliet. But yeah, interested to see how it all behaves. Okay, now I need to do a run-up. I'm not going to contact Tower just yet, but I need to do a run-up, so let's see, find a nice spot to do that. Quick look down here. Temperatures are good. Happy with all that. Happy with everything down there. I think I might use this. Looks like we've got an area over here where I might be able to just swing it into wind. Swing it round into wind, and then we can do a quick run-up check. Yeah. Yep, that'll do. So let's come around here. Nice wide area. Don't want to get in anyone's wake. Well, that was a bit bumpy. Okay, let's turn around into wind. There we go. Okay, so run-up checklist, position into wind, brakes hold, fuel quantity check, both good. Fuel selected desired tank, got them on both. Mixture, I am now going to put rich. Throttle 2000 RPM. Just listening to it, listening to see what that cylinder's doing. Okay, engine instruments check. Yep, happy with that. Let me put this. There we go, that's better. Right, engine instruments check. Yes, that's all good. Do a quick mag check. That's the left engine. That's probably because of that dodgy mag. Okay, and prop. 1, 2. Right. Bring it to 1800, see if it's steady. Yes, it is. That's so good. And then while I'm there, I'm just going to do a quick carb heat. Yeah. We can see the effect that that has. Let me just put it back up there. There we go. Much more observable effect there. So now I'm just going to just do an experiment. Let's just pour on the taps and let's get it to engine analyzer. I'm just looking at that dot there. I just want to see if we can. There we go. You see it's enlarging. We're just burning all that crud off by opening up the taps. There you go. clean everything off. That's definitely an improvement. Okay, let's bring that down. Okay, right, let's close. Oh no, let's get this open, just check that. So we've done the run up, that's alright. Before takeoff, controls free and correct. Yep, that's all good, and the rudder is fine. Rudder trim as required, not going to use it. Check elevator trim because that always catches you out and you suddenly find yourself pinging off the runway because you've got up elevator trim from the last time you flew it. Flaps not going to use. Fuel selectors, desired tank, got them on both. Fuel pump will now have on. Mixture is fully rich, it is. Prop is fully forward, it is. Carb heat is most definitely off. Engine gauges check, all in the greens, everything's fine. Pitot heat is already on. Strobes are now going to come on, and landing lights we are now going to switch on. Getting ready for takeoff. Yes. Cool. Okay. So tower was 118.7. Transfer. Okay, that's all good. Quick look over there. Okay. Not seeing any other aircraft taxiing at the moment, but that's fine. Geneva Tower, Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, holding runway 04, ready for departure.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, Geneva Tower, wind 040 at 21, runway 04, cleared for takeoff.
Copy the winds, cleared for takeoff, runway 04, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Okay, let's just move. Just doing a bit of housekeeping on my screens here, just to get everything where it should be, so bear with me while I look to my left, but what I'm actually doing is just moving screens. There we go, and I want to just zoom in on that, and I want to follow my aircraft. There we go. Okay, here's the fun part. Yeah, I think I'm seeing that same. The FPS doesn't seem as smooth compared to other places, so I'm wondering if it's that same thing in Switzerland. We'll get a much better idea in the air, of course. Okay, so I'm going to call that lined up just before the piano keys, and
All aircraft be advised, information Papa now current, QNH 1025.
forget I'm not in a turboprop. Can apply the power with a little bit more gusto. There she goes in the air. Yeah, you can see that FPS is slightly lower than normal. Gear up. She definitely leapt into the air. Just calm back a little bit. There we go. So on this departure we need to get above 5,000 feet. We're in a little old Comanche, so that might take a bit less time than in a big airliner. Look at that, isn't it gorgeous? Really interested to see whether we see snow up at Courchevel. Kind of thinking we probably should do. I'm sure people are still skiing. Okay, let's keep that climb in. It's actually climbing quite well, bless her. So have the fuel pump off. Engine feels nice and smooth.
Geneva Tower, Swiss 123, ILS runway 04.
Swiss 123, Geneva Tower. Wind 050 at 21, runway 0 for cleared to land.
Runway 04 cleared to land, Swiss 123.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet. Contact Geneva departure 119.53.
Contact departure on 119.53 Golf X-Ray Juliet. 11953. Let's just lock that off a second. Makes life a bit easier. There we go. Transfer. Oh, a bit of a pause there. Oh, no, it wasn't. Maybe not. Geneva departure. Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet on the Charlie Bravo Yankee 2 Papa departure from Geneva. And totally lost myself there. I totally lost myself because I couldn't remember the name.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet Geneva departure identified. Climb to flight level 100.
Climb to flight level 100 Golf X-Ray Juliet. Yeah, it's funny, that happens sometimes with ATC. The reason why I stumbled there is because I couldn't remember what CBY stood for, and I think it's Chambray, isn't it? So I probably should have had that written down. All these kind of flights for me, by the way, I'm talking to you, the armchair flight instructor, that's probably already left a comment about how I fluffed that up. All these flights for me are about training and refreshing. It's not the kind of flying I do very often. This kind of procedural ATC kind of stuff, coming up to 5,000 feet, that's nice. So 5,000 feet pretty much on the button and R turning point. Yeah, so it's not a kind of flying I do very often, but it's all training to me, and it's amazing how sometimes the simplest things like there, when I went to read back, or when I went to tell him what departure we were on, and suddenly I couldn't remember what that CBY stood for. So I kind of did it another way, thinking on the spot, and it seemed to work because he seemed to accept it, so happy with that. Let's just, as we climb, put a bit more beans in, and now we can start a left turn. Bring ourselves round. So we're going to flight level 100. Transition is 070, so actually I'm going to pop that in now. Let's go on to standard barometric. I'll do for government work. I'm doing quite a tight turn here, just thinking about it. There is beautiful Geneva, Lake Geneva. And it's stunning. I think I'm probably cutting this a little bit tight. Wrong one, you idiots. Wrong one. There we go. You are not in the H145. It's amazing how you when you've been away from an aircraft for a while and you're used to different avionics, your muscle memory changes. I was trying to turn the knob on the H145 then and totally forgot this is the GTN-XI. Totally different thing. Interestingly, you can see the magenta line over here is in a different position to on the charts, on the old Navgraph charts, which is what I was using to reference. Okay, I'm going to lean us out a bit.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, contact Swiss radar 126.35.
Contact Swiss radar 126.35 Golf X-Ray Juliet. Okay, 126.35. Swiss radar, Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet on the Chambray 2 Papa departure, climbing to flight level 100.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, Swiss radar, good day, identified, climb to flight level 110.
Climb to flight level 110, Golf X-Ray Juliet. So now going up to 110, which is interesting in the little old
Rocky
Comanche.
Sierra Sierra, contact Geneva radar 125.55, have a good day.
Don't worry, chaps.
Center on 125.55, Rocky Sierra Sierra.
There is a little emergency oxygen bottle somewhere in the back there, but there's only one, so you're gonna have to decide who gets to use it. And for God's sake, be a gentleman, sunshine. Okay. Let's just ease it.
Vueling 49 November Delta, contact Geneva, arrival 136.255.
110.
Contact Geneva arrival 136.255, fueling 49 November Delta.
Beautiful. I love this aeroplane. Oh, it's you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you do. When a simulated aircraft feels alive, it's a whole different kettle of fish to flying something that you know where there's no
Speedbird
consequences
5 Papa Lima, contact Geneva radar 125.55.
and where it's not truly alive.
Center on 125.55, Speedbird 5 Papa Lima.
You know what I'm talking about. Okay, we're coming up to what will hopefully be our cruising altitude, because I, for one, do not want to start suffering from oxygen deprivation.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, contact Marseille Control 120.85.
Contact Marseille Control on 120.85, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Okay. 2085. Transfer. Marseille Control, Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, climbing to a correction level at flight level 110, just approaching Paz. That'll confuse him, we've actually just gone overhead Paz.
Ryanair 5, Charlie Mike, descend to flight level 100.
Descend to flight level 100, Ryanair 5, Charlie Mike.
Right, let's trim and let's get back to the altitude that we've been assigned at.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, Marseille Control, identified.
Merci beaucoup, monsieur.
Speedbird 358, descend to flight level 100.
Descend to flight level 100, Speedbird 358.
Condor 8, Foxtrot X-Ray, contact Reims Control 128.3.
Center on 128.3, Condor 8 Foxtrot X-Ray.
It's little things like that, like busting your altitude. Little reminders that you need to keep on top of things.
Eurowings 9422, clear direct Kines. Resume on navigation.
Roger, we'll head direct Kines, then resume own navigation, Eurowings 9422, thanks.
Let's get back on course as well. Anyway, how are you? Let me know in the chat what you're flying at the moment.
Eurowings 9422, descend to flight level 100.
I very nearly, this was very
Descend to flight level
nearly
100, Eurowings 9422.
a caravan flight. I've been
Marseille Control, Air France
humming in
6210,
Ari
good day,
whether
flight
to
level
get the
320.
caravan. And I remembered I didn't fly the caravan
Air
much
France 6210, Marseille
in
Control,
2020.
identified.
So I have opted instead.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, contact Marseille Control 124.5. Have a good day.
Contact Marseille Control on 124.5. Good day, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Okay, where are we? 124.5. 124.5 and also navigate. What is it? If I've not changed, or I have changed it. Where are we coming into? Chambéry. Marseille Control, Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, level at flight level 110, and we're 10 miles out of Chambéry.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, Marseille Control, radar contact.
Oh, that's an accent, isn't it? That is an accent. That is the kind of accent that tells an Englishman that his wine choice does not match the standards of the company. Love it. I work with a lot of French people, so I do like the French accent.
Air Portugal 940, contact Marseille Control 120.85.
Central 120.85, Air Portugal 940.
Okay, all good. All good. So speed is good. I can just come back on the RPM just a little bit. So we'll 20 or 20 squared or whatever you want to call it. Let's have a quick look down here. They're all good. Happy with that. Just checking that altitude. A bit more trim. Need to keep trimming. We're getting buffeted around a bit. Just a tad. Watch the trim. Definitely getting bumped around quite a bit. Trying to trim it, but every now and again we are flung into the air. So yeah, I was saying, so the caravan, and then I also noticed that Courchevel, I was getting a caution. I was just doing an exploratory flight plan, and I was getting a caution for runway length at Courchevel with the caravan, and then I remembered I didn't really fly it very much in 2020. I'd much favoured the Black Square King Air, and they are working on a King Air, so I thought, no, I'm not going to get it, not just yet, but definitely when the King Air comes out I should be grabbing that because I love that aeroplane. Just done a video on the Coronado King Air on the channel, did that on, God, when was that? Was that Friday? I think that came out. Yeah, a bit of a King Air fan.
Ryanair 609 uniform, Marseille Control, expect Canip for a kilo, runway 01.
But this is going to be perfect.
Expect Canip for kilo, runway 01, Ryanair 609 uniform.
This aircraft is going to be perfect for doing this flight. Right, quick check of the HSI. Okay, we can just adjust that a little bit. There we go. Start the turn. Checking the height. 200 feet too high. Come on. Come on, you idiot. Honestly, you can't even fly a simple altitude. There we go. Ease that out. Ease that out. Go. I am resisting using autopilot. Try and hand fly as much as possible. Watch the altitude. Looks like we're heading into some soggy cloud. Quick check down here. Can we Can we lean it a little bit more? I'm just looking at the EGT gauge. Come on. We're consistently 100 or 200 feet above assigned. So let's see if we can actually get to assigned. And damn well stay on it, okay? That voice is the voice of the flying instructor in my head. There it goes again. If I just need to trim it a bit better.
Ryanair 609 uniform, descend to flight level 150.
Descend to flight level 150, Ryanair 609 uniform.
And that's kind of got a bomb.
Beeline 9 kilo uniform, contact Provence information, approach 132.905.
Contact Provence information, approach 132.905, beeline 9 kilo uniform.
So here we go. We're about to slam into this cloud. We're really high. Don't worry, chaps. We're above the mountains. Look, he's praying. We're above the mountains, so nothing to worry about. You will get to your skiing. Before you know it, you will be there, glass of champers in hand, Louis Vuitton bag on the tabletop, as you prepare to slide on your boots, strap on your goggles, and head into the hills, while I sit in the bar and have a good old chat with myself about how I couldn't even keep an altitude. How rusty do you have to be? Right, here we go. We are going to just be purely instruments now because we're going into the murky stuff. IFR, you gotta love it. That was nearly a song, and I did say I wasn't going to sing on streams anymore or videos. So let's just watch the instruments like a hawk. If you don't mind. This is a very rare occurrence for me to be hand flying in the murk. So it's all good practice, which is what this is all about. This is what I was kind of saying at the beginning. Some folks seem to think that because you make YouTube channels, it's because YouTube videos rather, it's because you think you're an expert and that you know you think you can teach people a thing or two. That is definitely not the case with me. I'm just a flight sim enthusiast. I'm not a trainer. I don't do tutorials, not really many of them anyway. This for me is a practice flight. This for me is training. Mistakes will be made, but sometimes it's good to chuck yourself in at the deep end and crack on, and that's kind of what we're doing. I think it also adds an extra layer of mental workload if I'm making a video, because I'm thinking of you and what to say to you. Actually, I'm not. It just kind of comes, as you can probably tell, just kind of comes rolling off the tongue like a load of waffle. But that's what I like my flights to be.
Air Canada 895 heavy, contact Marseille control 130.85.
You've just come along for the ride.
Contact Marseille control 130.85, Air Canada 895 heavy.
We're having a chat. Not much for you to see at the moment, sadly, being stuck in this cloud. Oh, I just saw a glimpse of blue. There we go. We're going to pop out. Look at that. We're going to pop out and then slam into another one. But while we're here, breathe the air. Wonderful. Wonderful. There's a lovely lake down there, which unfortunately we can't see. Excuse me, this is definitely not a sightseeing trip, is it?
Rolling 1821, contact Marseille control 130.85, have a good day.
Just checking to see if we've got any kind of
Contact Marseille control 130.85, rolling 1821, bye bye.
build up, but we haven't. So quick check of the engines, all is good. Engines, again, forgetting what aircraft he's in. engine. There's only one, and it's right in front of you, Sunshine. If you can't tell that, then you really
Runner 609 uniform,
shouldn't be
contact
flying.
Marseille control 130.85.
Okay.
Contact Marseille Control 130.85, Ryanair 609 uniform. Have a good day.
That is definitely a "I wish you to die, Mr. Bond" kind of accent, isn't it? Love it. Watch the altitude. We've got chucked around a little bit there. Actually quite looking forward to descending now. I really had hoped we'd do some nice sightseeing. I knew the weather was a little bit murks, but yeah, I had... oh, hello. Something suddenly chucked us down. You can really feel it in this aircraft, which is what I love. You obviously don't have that kind of physical sensation that you do in the real thing, but there's just something about this aircraft where you feel everything. Hard to describe. So we've got a bit of ice building up now. And suddenly thought, let's get the carpet on, and I'll show you why. I'll show you why. Just correcting the course a little bit. This aircraft is very susceptible to carb icing, and I would normally have put that on a lot earlier, and I can guarantee that there is someone already in the comments who's put, "Oh, he's forgotten the carb icing." But we don't actually have any carb icing building up, which is interesting, probably because I've just put the carb icing on actually, put the carb heat on. It does act very quickly, to be fair. Right, let's get a look at the controls again, because I was talking to you. We need to make sure we get our left turn in. Yeah, isn't it a shame? All that lovely scenery down there and we're not getting to see any of it. But it's good practice. It's good practice. Let's make this turn a little bit tighter. There we go. Heading to Lambda. Quick check. How are we all doing? A quick shout out to Mr. Ron Atwood. This is of course his repaint of Golf X-Ray Juliet. This is a real Comanche that exists in the world of real aviation, and it's beautiful. This is my go-to repaint for the Comanche, and it has been for some time actually. Certainly in 2020 I was flying it in there. Let's watch the altitude please.
KLM 62 Charlie, contact Marseille Control 130.85, bye bye.
Not much
Contact
ice.
Marseille Control 130.85, KLM 62 Charlie.
Now, do you know what I just realised? Again, this is Accu-Sim. Mountains, look, mountains. Something I forgot. I bet they're freezing their butts off in the back. Yeah, minus 13. Minus 13 in the cabin. Because I haven't pulled that out. No, we'll leave that. There we go. You see the temperature coming back up now. They have literally just died of hypothermia some time ago. And again, I bet someone in the comments already has said, "Oh, you're not watching your cabin temperature." Oh dear. Who'd be a YouTuber, eh? So yeah, that temperature is now coming up. We can see the up arrow. And again...
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, turn right, heading 100, vectors for Courchevel.
Turn right, heading 100, vectors for Courchevel, Golf X-Ray Juliet. So let's get the... No, I've got the... Come on. We'll get there in the end. Pardon me while I adjust. There we go. 100. Did you say 100? 100. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Apologies for that. I was just having to fiddle with my Bravo to get the knob onto the right, onto the heading mode. Okay, 100. Yeah. So let's go back to see if we've revived our passengers. Yeah, it's only a measly -4 degrees now. It's tropical. Don't you lot moan. You're still alive. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. The peaks. Oh, how beautiful. I can't wait to get down into that. We are not a million miles out now. And of course, we're still quite high, but I think Courchevel is about 6,000 feet, something like that, elevation. Something like that. Okay, I'm going to just pop that back there while I'm concentrating on flying.
Marseille Control, Beeline 5 Charlie Golf, flight level 330.
Beeline 5 Charlie Golf, Marseille Control, radar contact.
Just checking the trim a moment, climbing a little bit there.
Marseille Control, Houston 5611, flight level 340. Houston 5611, Marseille Control, identified.
Love that accent. I always think a good French accent like that is the ultimate, how can I say it? Go away, you idiot kind of accent. I can't remember, I think...
Marseille Control, Swiss 87 Charlie, good day, flight level 330.
Which Matrix film it is, but the...
Swiss 87 Charlie, Marseille Control, identified.
Whatever his name is, Merivan Gay... Whatever he is, you know, the chap. And he says about swearing in French. And I can't remember, does he say it's like poetry, or it's like art, or it's like music or something? And it absolutely is. It absolutely is. Okay, so we're about to hit some cloud again, so this could get quite interesting. I'm just going to...
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, radar vectors runway 22, report ready for descent.
Radar vectors runway 22, we are ready for descent, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Let's get down into the mountains.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, Courchevel Airport landing runway 22.
Landing runway 22, Golf X-Ray Juliet.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, expect the visual approach runway 22.
Expect the visual approach runway 22, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Oh, look at that. Look at the mountains.
Beeline 5 Charlie Golf, contact Marseille Control 120.85, bye-bye.
Contact Marseille Control 120.85, Beeline 5 Charlie Golf, bye-bye.
Now, I have to say, oh, watch the altitude there. Getting carried away by the mountains. Let's climb, climb, climb until he tells us to. Yeah, absolutely stunning. But there is that sense of, oh Lord, we're about to descend in cloud in a mountainous area. Let's hope ATC likes us and isn't...
Marseille Control, Air France 7302, good day, flight level 350.
Okay, let's get control. We're bouncing around.
Air France 7302, Marseille Control, radar contact.
Bouncing about, let's keep trimming. Trim is your friend. Check the heading. Heading's good. Yeah, we're getting, I guess we're coming over the mountains. We're getting, there is no such thing as a nice cruise trim setting. We're getting bounced around a fair old bit, which Also makes it interesting when you've got no reference to the ground and you're just using instruments, but that's why it's called oh my lord. Oh, be still my beating heart. Oh, to be in a helicopter right now. Look at that. Look at that. Oh man. Imagine doing this for real. So, not giving us a descent yet, but that's fine. I mean, like I said, it's at 6,000 feet, so effectively we're not that much higher than it.
Marseille Control, Air Baltic 825, flight level 339.
Let's check our heading.
Air Baltic 825, Marseille Control identified.
And we're doing the visual approach to 22, so I'm just going to go in here and let's get the procedures. Approach, visual 22. And we will load and activate that. Let's get that up and running. In the box. Check height. Into the cloud again.
Air France 7302, contact Marseille Control 120.85.
Center on 120.85, Air France 7302.
That is lovely, isn't it? Still not giving us a descent. Requested QNH at Courcheval, Golf X-Ray Juliet.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet, descend to flight level 090.
He says, you do not need the QNH, just descend, you fool. You English fool in your little aeroplane. Think you can come here and fly in our country, in the mountains, in the wind and the cloud, you stupid Englishmen.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet, descend to flight level 090.
You didn't even reply to me. So I'm getting the tone that says I'm interfering with someone else. Okay. So what's happening now is that my the Beyond ATC is kind of stuck.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet, Marseille Control.
It's stuck on pilot request. So it's like it's trying to process something. And I have seen this before and I can't remember how to get out of it. I think in the past I've had to restart sometimes because it can go on forever. So the little speech bubble, the little dots are
Golf Alpha,
popping.
Papa X-Ray Juliet, Marseille Control, QNH information for Courchevel is unavailable. Please check with local ATIS or approach.
That's what it was doing. It was trying to think of what to say to me. Descent to flight level 090 Golf X-Ray Juliet. Okay, let's see.
Golf Alpha, Papa X-Ray Juliet, unable flight level 090 at this time.
But that is what you told me to descend to. You told me to descend to flight level 090, now you're telling me not to. I don't understand. Okay, this is where AI ATC can get a bit interesting. So he's told me to descend to flight level 090, now he's telling me not to. So I'm going to continue to descend to flight level 090 because even in my Beyond ATC box, that's what's telling me. That's what it's telling me to do.
Marseille Control, Vueling 9 Sierra Yankee, flight level 300.
Right, let me just lock that off.
Vueling 9 Sierra Yankee, Marseille Control identified.
Let's just lock that off. And do we have open airport? Oh, I can do it here, can't I? Yeah, so there's no frequency in Beyond ATC for the ATIS.
Marseille Control, Lufthansa 57 Papa, good day, flight level 380.
We've just got information, just an information.
Lufthansa 57 Papa, Marseille Control identified.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay, right.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, turn right, heading 160, vectors for the approach.
Turn right, heading 160, vectors for the approach, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Okay, so we're now going to 16.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, turn right, heading 160, descend to flight level 079.
Turn right, heading 160, descend to flight level 079, Golf X-Ray Juliet. Dum da dum dum, dum da dum.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, airport is at your 2 o'clock 6 miles, report the field in sight.
Mais non. Ah. Field in sight, Golf X-Ray Juliet.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, cleared visual approach runway 22.
Cleared visual approach runway 22, Golf X-Ray Juliet. D'accord.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, descend to flight level 075.
Descend to flight level 075, Golf X-Ray Juliet. I love the snows up here.
Golf Alpha Papa X-Ray Juliet, no tower services available at Courchevel, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, and thank you very much, Golf X-Ray Juliet. So that ends our relationship with ATC. Let's come back on the power. I can see the runway. Let's have landing lights on. Fuel pump on. Come back on the power. I'm just going to have to tolerate the gear horn. Amazing how quickly it comes at you. Okay, let's have
Air Baltic 825, contact Marseille, control 120.85.
We're high.
Center on 120.85, Air Baltic 825.
Coming in very fast. Coming in very fast. Trying to get the nose down a bit so I can do a bit of flaring, but I think all I'm doing is making it worse actually. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a go-around situation. Repeat, this is a go-around situation. Just fiddling with the trim there. This is almost like one of those videos that you see on YouTube where someone smashes into the side of a mountain.
Austrian 406, contact Marseille control 120.85.
Contact Marseille control 120.85, Austrian 406. Have a good day.
Just getting rid of Beyond ATC, and let's have another crack at this. Interesting. So yeah, way too high, very difficult to get rid of all that energy. So we're going to do this again, and we're going to do it properly. Sometimes there is no point just trying to slam it in. So, quick check. We've got flaps up, we've got gear up. Oh no, we've got gear down. Thought it was a bit sluggish. Where is the runway? There it is, that's better. Slightly better angle of attack coming in on it. Can't believe I've never flown here. It's a really nice little spot. So I'm coming back on the power and I'm going to try and kill some speed while we do this. Trim, trim, trim. Nice upward slope to lose some speed once we touch down. Trim, trim, trim. Let's get up the hill. Keep going, sweetheart. That's it. Up the hill. And over the top. There we are, everybody. Let's pop over here. Champers on ice, please. VIPs have arrived. There we go. Nice little golf buggy ready to take them up to there. Drinky poos. You alright? I love their faces. Okay. Let's just clear the baffles. Okay. We can have that off, we can have landing lights off, we can have all that off now, we can have the fuel pump off. Happy with that. All is good. Ready to go. Okay. Thank you for flying Dreams of Wings Airways. We're sorry about the go around there, but we hope you enjoyed the flight and are looking forward to an eventful time skiing. Listen, fellas, if you're skiing, that's a damn sight more dangerous than what we just did, alright? So no complaining. And do leave us a good review on TripAdvisor, won't you? Anyway, look, thank you ever so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed that flight. I certainly did. Like I said at the start, it's always a learning experience. And it's always funny the little things you forget, like turning the cabin heat on. Not essential for flying the aircraft in the simulator, but Accu-Sim is all about the whole thing. It's a holistic approach to simulator flying because we've got to make sure we do everything. So anyway, that was really good fun. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on the channel again very soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.